What's going on, SEO gang? This is your boy Pat. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the Ahrefs Webmaster tools that was released earlier this week that is completely free. Ahrefs is one of the top SEO tools. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know about it. It was a premium tool. I believe it started right around $100, and now they released a free version that anybody can use for completely free, right? So if you're a small business owner, if you're an SEO that's just starting out or an SEO expert, this will be a great resource for you to use on your own website or for your client's website to discover keywords that you can improve your top pages and even get a site audit for completely free. They're gonna give you metrics like DR, domain rating, your keywords, your top pages, your links, and more. Their free Ahrefs Webmaster Toolkit will give you some data very similar to Google Search Console, but they give you more than what Google Search Console provides, such as keyword difficulty, estimated value on the cost of that keyword, and they even let you see the SERP for that specific keyword right on their own software that I'm going to be diving into in this video, right? Make sure you watch till the end of this video because I'm going to give you guys some quick wins on how you guys can utilize their keyword feature tool and their on-page tool in order to get some quick SEO wins to improve your search rankings and your website traffic. So let's get right into it. All right, guys, now to access Ahrefs Webmaster tools, we're just going to go ahead and type it into Google real quick, and it should be the first one that comes up. Here it is. And then it's going to go here. So it's ahrefs.com slash webmaster tool. I'll put the link in the description below, right? But this is basically, the webmaster tool that Ahrefs released for free. And basically the main thing that they're trying to go with this tool is that it gives you more data, and it also provides you pretty much a website audit of your main website, right? And this is pretty much what Ahrefs is trying to do here. Is pretty much just provide users with a free version of Ahrefs pretty much. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and click up sign up for free, and then you can sign up with Google, Facebook, or you can just put in your email. I'm going to go ahead and sign up with Google here. It's just usually a lot easier. Make sure you click the terms and conditions, sign up with Google. I'm going to go ahead and click on my Gmail account. Let me go ahead and add a new project so you guys can see, how this would actually go. So basically you have two options. You can import from Google Search Console, or you can add manually. So Google Search Console is just a lot easier, right? Because it pretty much takes out all the work for you. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Google Search Console. And then I'm going to choose a account that I have that I haven't connected yet. So let's click allow. And then here, it's going to give us our options, right? And this is the example website that I have. Let's just do the actual domain. So let's do that. And then let's click import. And here you have options: start first audit now. You can schedule a weekly audit, which just means that they're going to be sending you pretty much an email that you have a new audit available, and you can go and check it out on a weekly basis. So I just go ahead and leave that checked as it is. And you can also check the crawl external links button. So let's go ahead and turn that on as well. And then we're just going to click import, right? And then what this is going to do is it's pretty much going to do all the work for us. It's going to import your domain and all its information, as well as it's going to do the first initial website audit on whatever website you chose, right? So we're going to give it a few moments to let this load, and then I'll be back with you guys. Alright guys, and then once your website has loaded, let's go ahead and click on a project. And basically you're going to get the same features that you would get if you had a premium version, right? The only thing you can do is you can only access whatever website you connected with, right? You can't do any competitor research or anything like that. You can't use the keyword explorer tool. You can't use the content explorer tool. Pretty much all you can do is see your main website's metrics and then the site audit features. So we're going to go one by one on some of the key features that we can take away, from the free Ahrefs Webmaster Toolkit that we have. That pretty much what they're trying to do here is kind of compete with Google Search Console. Although Google Search Console is always going to have its place simply because it's a Google property, and it's going to give you more real-time data rather than Ahrefs, right? But either way, I really like Ahrefs simply because of their keyword data as well as their backlink profile, which is probably one of the main reasons that a lot of people use Ahrefs is for their backlink crawling capabilities, right? I've had backlinks that show up the next day. Very useful at getting backlinks, or crawling backlinks and updating their backlink profile pretty much on a daily basis, right? So basically what we have here is some key features up here, right? We have the UR, which is the URL rating. So this is on a per page level. Then we have the domain rating. So this takes in consideration your entire website. Then we have the number of backlinks, the number of referring domains. So referring domain just means the number of unique websites. So you can have multiple links from the same domain, right? And that's basically the difference here. Organic keywords is just the number of keywords that you rank organically from the first page all the way to the 10th page of Google, right? And then it gives you an estimated organic traffic, and this is actually very very lower than the actual amount. At least from what I've seen, it's usually 2 or 3 times under what your actual traffic is, right? I would still focus on Google Analytics to get the actual traffic count to your website. And then it gives you the traffic value, right? So this is a kind of an estimation of how much you would be spending if you were kind of running ads, right? Which is a very useful metric to give you an idea of how your SEO campaign is going, right? And then basically that's the top metrics here. And then here we have backlink profile. We have Ahrefs rank. It's kind of just a rank on their own scale. Then we have the referring domains, and we can filter by all time. We can filter by 1 year, last 30 days, right? So ultimately you'd want to have growth over time, which we can see here. It's kind of stable right now simply because we haven't been doing much link building at the moment. Same thing down here, right? We have the referring pages, which just means the unique pages that are linking to your website, right? And same thing here, we have some consistent growth here, and then it kind of levels out. Then you have the new and lost referring domains. So you can see here pretty much on a daily basis of the links that you've gained versus the ones that you've lost. And this is very useful because you can actually go in there, see what links you've lost, and see if you can kind of get those back, right? So this is actually the domain. So this is on a website level, and then down here is on just a pure backlink level. So let's go back up here. And then you can switch it from the backlink profile to the organic search tab. And this kind of just gives you the estimation of the organic traffic. And of course you can again filter by year. And then you can see here that we have pretty good growth over these last few months, which is ultimately what you want to see. Sometimes you'll see these high spikes. Again, Ahrefs just gives you estimation, so it's not always 100% accurate, but it does give you a good estimation if you're growing in a positive or a negative way, right? And then they have the organic keywords. So this is how many keywords you've been gaining over time, and it even gives you the metrics there for what number of keywords are in the 1st to 3rd position, 4 to 10 position, and the 11 to 100 position, right? And I'll give you a few tricks that you can use so you can optimize some of those keywords for better rankings, right? And then the last metric here is again the traffic value, right? So this is an estimation if you were to be running ads. A very nice feature that I like from Ahrefs is that it gives you your top 10 competitors. They pretty much recognize in terms of the same keywords that you guys are trying to rank for. And they give you it right here in a nice list of the top 10 competitors. So you could take each of these competitors and do your own competitor analysis on each one of these, kind of see what pages are they using, what keywords are they using. If you have a paid account of Ahrefs, you can go much more in depth. If not, you can use a free tool like Uber Suggest and kind of do some deeper competitor analysis on those, right? So that's very helpful right here, that I like very well from Ahrefs. Another thing that you can do is, you can go directly into your backlink profile. And then we have some different things that we can filter for. So we can do one link per domain. Like I mentioned earlier, you can have multiple domains, multiple backlinks from the same website, right? So this gives you a better idea of how many unique websites are linking to you by doing the one link per domain. And then link type, you can filter by do follow, educational, no follow, content, with redirect chain, without redirect chain. So you normally want to filter by do follow because these are the links that are passing the most juice. So this is going to give you a good idea of the top websites that are passing you a do follow backlink. And then you can also filter by platform. So you can do blogs, e-commerce, message board, CMS. And then you can also filter by language, right? Normally I'm in the US, so we'd only focus on like English. So I would want to filter by English to give me a better idea of our backlinks. And then you can also filter from traffic if you wanted to filter that way, right? And then you can even filter by a specific word or phrase that's found through the backlink, through the anchor text, to give you a more narrow search if you're searching for a particular keyword, right? So this is very useful, right? You can kind of go through your backlinks. You can look at the most powerful ones from the domain rating to give you a good idea of kind of the stronger websites that are linking to your website, right? Another great feature that I like is the top pages report. And this basically gives you the number of top pages that are receiving the most traffic. And you can see some key metrics here, which is the estimation in traffic. It gives you a estimated value in regards of the keywords that you're ranking for and the position that you're ranking for. And then it also gives you how many keywords are ranking for that specific page, how many referring domains you have, again, how many unique websites are linking to you. And then it gives you, of course, the page URL. So you can see a lot of these are actually blogs, and then we have our home page here. And then the top keywords. So this is the top keyword that page is ranking for, right? And then the estimation of that keyword in regards of the monthly volume that people are searching for it. And then lastly, we have the position. So this is the position that this specific page is actually in, right? So you can see what top pages are performing the best. And depending on the position, you might want to go in and optimize that page a little bit better for its keywords. One of the last things here that I want to go through is the organic keyword section, which is probably one of my favorite sections on Ahrefs because of the data that they give you, which is slightly better than just Google Search Console data. They give you the volume, so the number of monthly search for this specific keyword, their keyword difficulty, which isn't always accurate, but it's a nice indication of how difficult it might be. But you always want to take that keyword and then actually do a manual SERP analysis to give you a better understanding of the competitors for that specific search phrase, right? CPC, so the cost per click, if you were to be running ads, how much would it cost you to be ranking for that keyword? And then again, it gives you the estimation of traffic for that keyword and the position, and it'll even give you if it's gone up or down kind of in the previous, I think, week, or I'm not sure how much they update that, but it'll give you a nice indication if it's gone up or down, right? And then you can even see the updated. So this is the last time that Ahrefs actually updated these keywords and their metrics, which is also useful, right? And then you can even click down here and it'll give you a graph, which we can't see. And if you have the premium one, you will be able to see this. And I'm not sure if they let you with the SERP either. Let's take a look at it. So we do get to see the SERP. So this is pretty cool, guys. You can pretty much see the SERP without actually having to go over to Google for this specific keyword. So, if we were trying to rank for this, which we're already in first place, but basically what you can do is you can check the domain ratings of the competitors and compare it to yours, right? Usually you want to be, in the ballpark of the top competitors in regards to your domain rating. And if you're lower, then that gives you a good indication that you need to gain more backlinks to increase your domain rating. And then we can also check the backlinks. So how many backlinks, are the competitors getting here? So, you can go in there and kind of build some backlinks to get kind of close to where they are. And then, you know, it gives you what domains are linking to them, and again the estimated traffic, how many keywords they're ranking for, and the top keyword that their website is ranking for. So this is very useful, guys, especially in this free version, guys. So this would be a great tool to utilize to check out the top competitors for, you know, your money keywords. So you can go in there, do some competitor analysis, and optimize your website for those keywords. Probably one of the top features that I like from the organic keywords is that you can filter by position, volume, keyword difficulty, C/C, traffic, and so forth. So what I like to do is I like to filter this by position from I usually do 10 to position 20, right? This just means the top keywords that are on the second page. And the reason we want to do this is because the keywords that are on the second page, usually you're on the second page because, you know, your on page SEO isn't there, right? Usually you don't have your correct header 1, you don't have your correct title tag, you're not interlinking or outer linking, you know, you don't have alt tags, you know, you might be missing schema markup, things like that, right? So that's basically what you want to look at is, you know, go in here and we can filter. Let's click on the position so it does them in order, and we can start, you know, from position 10 and work our way down, right? Basically, you want to take a look at the URL, right? So you would click on, let's say, the blog, and then take a look at, you know, are you using the correct keyword density? You know, are you actually saying the specific keyword within the content and the header 1, header 2, header 3? You know, where are you interlinking to? Where are you external linking to? And that can pretty much help you to get some quick wins when it comes to your on-page SEO and trying to move up to the first page of Google, right? Good tip for you guys right there is to filter by position 10 to 20 and, you know, try to see where you can further optimize on your on-page SEO. And then another tip that you can do is let's go ahead and filter from position 5 to position 10. So these keywords are already on the first page. Usually if you're on the first page, that means your on page is good to go. It usually just means you're missing backlinks and traffic, right? So what I would usually do is see what pages or what keywords are ranking in the 5th to 10th position and try to get some backlinks going to those pages. You know, you can do some guest post outreach and try to get some quality backlinks going to those pages. You know, you can share the page on social media to try to drive more traffic going to the website organically to further help, you know, get those user signals that Google is looking at to boost your page up, you know, to the top 3 positions. So those are some quick tips for you guys that you can do with this tool that is completely free. So that's pretty much for the overview, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at the site audit feature, which is probably one of the top features that a lot of people are wanting this tool for. All right, guys, so now we're in the overview here of the site audit, and this is primarily one of the top features from this free Ahrefs Webmaster tools because it gives you a bunch of free you know, issues, warnings, and notices of your website where you can improve on, right? A lot of tools that provide this data is paid for, so this is very, very useful, especially for a business owner that doesn't have much revenue to spend on SEO tools. This is a great tool to get, you know, especially with it's free. And it gives you a lot of data. So here it gives you the crawled URLs distribution, the number of pages internally and externally that they crawled. You can see here we have resources, and then we have internal crawl status of links found. So you can see how many pages they actually crawled on the website versus uncrawled. It gives you a health score, right? And this, I guess it's depending on the different factors that they have. Issues distribution, so they have errors, warnings, and notices. So I'm assuming that errors would be the most important. And then error distribution, so URLs without errors, 339. URLs with errors are 136, right? And I think you can, no, I don't think you can click on that, but you should be able to click on it down here. So here we have the top issues report, guys. So this would mainly be, you know, the top issues that you want to take a look at on your particular website or your client's website, right? So basically, I can see here page has links to broken page. So this would be something you'd want to take a look at, right? And it even gives you like a summary of how or what this issue is. So you don't really have to be a SEO guru to know any of this, right? It kind of breaks it down for you, and it even lets you know how to fix, right? So this would be very useful for just, your average business owner or an SEO, that's starting out with client work or whatever the case may be, or if you have your own website that you want to rank for. This is very useful, right? So we could even see the affected URLs. So if we click on this, it's going to take us into a deeper look. So these pages have links to a broken page, right? And you can see here internal outlinks to 404s. So basically, these might just be some type of redirect issue. The URL might have been changed, and it would just be a simple, redirect or changing whatever link to the correct page, right? And if we go in here, it gives you all the results each page. It gives you the organic traffic of the page, the HTTP status code. So 200, that means it's great. That means it's getting indexable. So that's good to see. So basically, you just want to go through these links and see, I think a simple redirect will probably fix a lot of these. So this would be something to go into, right, that we can take a look at for the client. So if we go back, let's take a look at other issues. So we have some 404 pages here, so we can click on this. 404 just means the page is no longer live, right? So you can see HTTP status code is a 404. Basically, it's not being found in the Google search engine, so we do want to make sure that it's getting redirected to a helpful page. If not, we just want to no index that page, right? So that Google's not picking it up, and so that Ahrefs doesn't pick it up. So let's go back here. So some of this is more technical, guys. I'd probably just focus on, the top issues and kind of look at the more important ones to see, whatever you can do yourself. It even has a duplicate content tab, so you can see most of our content is good. Most of it is unique, which is usually what you want to see. You normally don't want to have a lot of duplicate content on your website because it can cause issues, when Google's coming onto your website, right? You want to make sure that you have unique content that builds trust, relevancy with your audience and with Google, right? So those are just some top features that we can see here. Let's go to the on page on the reports. Let's see what metrics they give us, what data we have. So title tag setup, we have title length distribution, right? So we have 18 that are too long, which just means it's over the recommended character count, which means that Google will shorten it, right? So let me see if I can find an example. So if I do like, insurance near me, let's see if we can find an example here. So this is an example of this title tag being too long, right? It's getting shortened. And normally, you want to have a nice and clean title tag, such as Allstate. They know what they're doing. So this is normally what you have, right? So that your title tag looks nice and clean on the SERP. So if we go back, this could be something, we can focus on to get, some quick wins when it comes to click-through rate. Meta tag distribution. So the meta tag is, whatever comes up underneath the title here. You can see that we have 13 that are missing or empty. And the meta description isn't a big deal because Google has said publicly that they pretty much show whatever they want. But it's always nice, especially if you're working with clients, to make sure that you have those in there. And then meta description length, again, it gives you if it's too long, too short, and you can go in there and optimize those. H1 setup. So this is a very nice tool because you want to make sure that you have your H1 on pretty much every single page that you would want to rank for, right? So you can see here we have 30 pages that are missing an H1, and we have 41 pages that have more than one. So normally you want to make sure you only have one H1, which should be your main keyword, so you don't confuse Google. So we definitely want to take a look at the missing ones and the ones that have more than one H1 to make sure we optimize those pages as best as possible when it comes to the on page. So yeah, so those are some of the more important ones that I can see here. Let's take a look at links. So we have internal, broken, internal, external. Here for the links, we can see we have a couple issues here. Page has broken links. We already went over that. Page has no follow and do follow incoming internal links. So this could be something we could also look at, although it's always, nice to have a mixture of both, right? And then page has links to redirect for redirecting URLs on your website. So we do want to make sure we're linking accordingly, each page to the right page that is supposed to be going through, in case we change the URL structure or whatever the case may be. This could also be useful to see what URLs are being affected with the redirects, and we can go in there and take care of those, right? So that's basically all it is, guys. I hope you guys got something out of this. Ahrefs is a great tool. I really love how they're providing this free feature for pretty much anyone to use, and I hope you guys take advantage of it. I went through most of the features that are useful for you guys, as SEO pros, as an SEO beginner, as a business owner. All these features are great, so you can go ahead and sign up for Ahrefs for free, and get your free lifetime access with Ahrefs, with this one of the top SEO tools in the industry right now. Hope you guys got some value out of this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.